Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you're choosing to watch. Welcome to another bike ride. Beautiful day outside. Once again, you can kind of feel the change in the air. The seasons are getting ready to happen, change. But it's a gorgeous day. Not a cloud in the sky as I'm looking up. Not a cloud in the sky. What a beautiful day to ride. Welcome to this episode of Life Lessons. Once again, I'm on the bike, and you can tell I'm wearing a jacket. It's just a little bit chilly riding, but not enough to wear a heavier coat. But just had to get out on the bike today. Been thinking a lot about what I wanted to talk to you about today, if you get up early in the morning, and you're able to see the sunrise. I know the last few days it's been kind of cloudy, overcast and stuff, but each morning, and I know a lot of you, particularly on Facebook, you take pictures of the sunrise. Some of you take pictures of the sunset, but particularly the sunrise is just beautiful out there. Seeing the sunrise. Well, I got to thinking about the sunrise and how beautiful it is. And there's a passage in the book of Lamentations in the Old Testament that kind of refers to and brings to mind this thing of the beautiful sunrise every morning. It comes out of Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 and 23, and it says, "The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end." Listen to this now. "They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." I absolutely love that. They are new every morning. His mercies are new every morning. As new as the day is, so is His mercies. Now, what in the world what's the writer of Lamentations referred to when he's talking about His mercies? Mercy is unmerited favor. Okay, it's something that we do not deserve. It's something that we cannot work for. It's something that we cannot be good enough for. It is something that's simply out of God's love and His grace and His very nature. He gives to us freely. That's why the writer says they are never ending. His mercies are never ending. They are new every morning. Now think about it just in a literal sense. Every day is, and we say it figuratively, but yet it's literally true. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new day. Every day is different than the day before, and tomorrow will be different than today. Okay, so I want to think about this just for a couple of minutes today. Think about this thing of His mercies never end. They are new every morning. Mercy. The writer says mercy renews every day. Now, can you imagine getting up every morning realizing that God's favor on you is new every single day? You may have had a rough day. You may have had a hard day before. You may have had a hard week, a rotten week. Things may be just going down the tubes. But remember that His mercies, they renew every single day. They're new every morning. There's sometimes my wife, or if I barbecue or my wife fixes a meal, sometimes we have leftovers, right? And leftovers, they're good, but they're not the same as when you first fixed them, right? Okay. And sometimes, particularly like from holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas stuff. Sometimes, quite frankly, you're eating leftovers for a day or a week, and they're not as good. I'm not saying they're bad. They're just not as good, not as fresh as they were when you first cooked them, right? Or when you first sat down to eat them. Go to a restaurant, right? And your meal is bigger than your stomach, and so you take home, one of those little take-home boxes. And the next day, you reheat it. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. The same thing is true with God's mercies. They renew every day. They're not limited to, His mercies aren't limited to our failures from the previous day. They're not limited and dependent upon our performance. What we do, what we do not do, what we mess up, what we do not mess up, sin, do not sin, it doesn't matter. How many scripture references we memorize doesn't make any difference. His mercies are new every morning, and they're fresh. They're there's a difference. I don't know. There's a difference between, I love cucumbers, and there's a difference between a homegrown cucumber and a store-bought cucumber. Store-bought cucumber, they're good. Sometimes, quite honestly, they taste like plastic, but they're good. But man, a homegrown cucumber or tomato, it's just great. It's fine. There's just something about it being fresh. Well, that's the same thing with God's mercies. They are fresh. They are new. They start over again and fresh every morning. I want you to think secondly about the fact that His mercies are not only are renewed daily, but His faithfulness is constant in every season of life. No matter what you and I are going through, He says, "Great is your faithfulness." That's the way He ends the passage there. Great is your faithfulness. You can't contain God's faithfulness. When He is faithful when we're afraid. He's faithful when we feel alone. He's faithful when we fall short. He's faithful. Now, in our modern day, particularly American culture, faithfulness is a word that we don't use very much. Okay? Faithfulness doesn't, if I don't like a certain product, boom, I change it to a different product. If I don't like a certain store or a certain restaurant, I don't go back, I go to a different one. There's a lot to be said about faithfulness. And the writer here in Lamentations says that not only are His mercies renewed every day, but great is His faithfulness. So when we're afraid, when we're alone, or when we feel alone, when we fall short, He is still faithful. His faithfulness toward us is not dependent upon what we do or do not do. And that if we could just get that concept hammered down, it would take us a long way. So His mercies renew every day. He is faithful in every season. Even though we may not feel Him close, He is still faithful to us. And then finally, today I want to talk to you about how in the world then, because He's faithful and because His mercies renew every day, how can we rest then in His faithfulness? If I trust someone in a relationship, I don't have to worry about that relationship. I don't have to worry about them being unfaithful, right? I don't have to worry about them leaving. I don't have to worry about them cheating. I don't have to worry about them leaving us alone. So we can rest in His, but how do we do that? How do we rest in His faithfulness? Well, I think there's a couple of, maybe three things that we can do. Number one, I think we can start each morning with prayer. Okay? Now that doesn't have to be, a long, drawn out, these, thous, thines, therefores, and all that kind of. It may be just a simple prayer. God, thank You for a good night's rest. Thank You for allowing me to wake to a new day. Yesterday was horrible, but I'm trusting that You will walk with me every step of today. Boom. And then go on about your day. And then we can actually pray throughout the day. But start each day with just a simple, don't make it complicated, just a simple prayer. I think one of the other things that we can do in order to rest in His faithfulness is, and I just kind of alluded to it, and that is release yesterday. Release yesterday. I can't tell you how many people I talk to who live in yesterday, who live in the mistakes of yesterday, who live in the lost relationships of yesterday, who live in the lost opportunities or missed opportunities of yesterday. You can't live in yesterday. If you do, you're going to miss what's now, and what's in front of you. You're going to miss it all, and what God has in store for you. So release yesterday. I see this. I saw this bumper sticker the other day. I've seen it quite a lot, but particularly I saw it yesterday. Let go and let God. I understand the sentiment of that, but then the question comes: how do I do that? How do I do that? Understand that yesterday is yesterday, today is today, tomorrow is tomorrow. And if you and I live looking in the rearview mirror, we're gonna miss what God has in store for us, either today or in the very near future. Okay? When God led the children of Israel from Egypt to the Promised Land, He always encouraged them: don't look back. Don't look back. If you look back, understand where I brought you from. Okay? And then I think a third thing we can do in order to rest in His faithfulness is just remind ourselves of His truth. Notice I emphasize His truth. Emphasize and look to His truth. And remind yourself of that. It may be one truth, okay? One truth that comes out of His Scripture, okay? One truth. You will never leave me. Excuse me. You will never leave me. Somebody's spraying something. You will never, pardon me. Whoa. You will never leave me and you'll never forsake me. Boom. There you go. That's one truth. One truth. Think about it. If you believed, memorized, acted upon one truth a day, all year long, that's 365 truths. Now think of it that way, just one truth, not a whole passage, not 10 or 15 different scripture references, one passage, one truth. You will never leave me and you'll never forsake me. And see how that just changes your perspective, your total perspective. So think about this now, that His mercies are renewed every day. Today is a different day. Today can be a better day than it was yesterday. Don't live in the yesterdays. Live in the todays as well as the tomorrows. Okay? So that's just a quick thought for today. Quick thought for this week. That maybe, just maybe, if you and I concentrate on, when we get up of a morning, celebrating the fact that His mercy is it's fresh, it's new, it starts all over again. There's no leftovers. It's the very best. And then He is faithful, to know that He is faithful in every season. No matter what the season is. We're getting ready here to change seasons here pretty quick. You can kind of already feel it in the air, at least this last week or so. The very cool temperatures. It's kind of cool today. But whatever season you're in, He's still faithful. He's faithful in He will not leave you and He will not forsake you. So just some thoughts today for you to think about. Thanks for riding along with me. Appreciate it. Glad you were here today, enjoying the ride with me, and maybe, just maybe, learning a little something along the way. Thanks for riding along with me. We'll do it again next week. God bless you. We'll see you next week.